Coach Ortner, C3 Iowa. Last year, you didn't have to go very far if you guys wanted to come to this. What was it? A 5-minute walk from your guys' campus?
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
Yeah, now you guys are half hour down the road. Hour down the road.
Yeah.
Hour down the road. First off, coming in, working with high school kids on an August Saturday, what's that say about the guys you're looking at here?
It's awesome. I mean, that's what I told these kids. I said, by being here, you guys are doing the right things, and when you're recruiting kids, you're looking for kids that want to be involved, year-round. We're looking for mat rats, kids that want to get better, and kids that come to this want to get better. So, the kids that are here, they're here because they're doing the right things. And I think if you're a high school wrestler and you're not here, you're missing out on an opportunity to learn from some good people and to have some good workout partners and just get better.
The Wartburg Knights are the standard in NCAA Division III wrestling. There's no question. 6 out of the last 7 NCAA team titles are in your place. You got runner-up in the year you guys didn't win in the last 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah.
So, you're the standard. Everybody's chasing you. What's it like having a target on your back? How do you have to approach a recruiting event? And what's it like having a target on your back, knowing people are watching?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we look at it as having a target, really. I mean, it's just after one, you just look to the next one. And, you take it year by year, really. And you look at, you need 10 guys. You want to put 10 guys out there that are going to compete and represent. And if you can do that every year, you're gonna have success, But we don't look at it as like everybody's chasing us or somebody's chasing us. We're chasing ourselves, We're chasing excellence, really. And if you look at that, we're competing against us. We're competing against what we did in the past and how we want to keep getting better and keep improving. And we're really not paying attention to what everyone else is doing. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why we've had success is that we're not focused on other people. We're focused on us, and that's why we've had the success we've had. Is we're worried about what we got coming next year and the year after and the year after, and we're looking ahead 3-4 years from now. So that's important. I think is not really paying it because I think people get caught up chasing us. Maybe they're worried about what we're doing, not what they're doing a lot of times.
Coach Miller, legendary Coach Jim Miller, he's retired now as a coach. Mm-hmm. He's still around the athletic department there at Wartburg, but having a guy like that, he coached you, learning under a guy like that, what was that like, and what's it like still having him around?
It's. I mean, there's no substitute for your, who taught you, because everything I know, I learned from other people. But he was a guy that made the sport. He simplified it, but he was all about fight. Like learning how to fight. Because if you learn how to fight for 7 minutes, you're gonna be hard to beat. And nobody likes to do it. It's easier to say than to do. But he really taught us that. And as far as I kind of trained guys, the guy really taught us, like, the guys that are, Coach Keller's been there for 13 years, I've been there 12. And he taught us how to train guys most importantly, is that, there's times where you need to back off, there's times where guys need more. And when I first started, I thought we need to do more. And he's like, we're fine. More is not always better. That's kind of what I learned from him.
You guys are always on the lookout for. You guys get guys that transfer in, but you get guys that you also make and build. I think everybody thinks, oh man, they get good transfers or D1 guys, but you've built a lot of guys from the ground up. There's no question about that. What are you looking for in a Wartburg night, a potential future Wartburg night when you go out and recruit and come to an event like this?
Well, I think the big thing is they're looking for guys that think big, and that don't put limits on themselves. So many people I think in this sport put limits on what they're capable of, and when you do that, you're taking yourself out of contention a lot of times, and that's the most important thing. And I tell kids all the time that it's not really your credentials before you got here; it's what you do when you get here. And if you think big and you have a goal and a dream and you're willing to work hard, we think the sky's the limit in our program. And that's what we tell kids: if you're willing to work and you're willing to get better, you can do what you want to do. You can reach your goals here. And like you said, we've had kids that come in that. The gamut. We've had kids that were state qualifiers. We've had kids that were 2-3 times state champs, and everything in between. But what I tell kids is, like I said, it doesn't matter. Your credentials coming in here aren't near as important as they are as what you do when you get here. So we're looking for guys that think big. Think big. Don't put limits on yourself, and you can excel.
When you see a kid out here and you're just watching them, what's the biggest thing here in this wrestling room today in Independence, Iowa you're looking at?
I think just the way the kid practices. I mean, talent only gets you so far, and you can look at a kid and say, man, that kid's got a lot of talent, but maybe he can't fight for a whole match, or maybe he's not very tough, you know. And really, you watch a kid practice, and if they're doing the right things in practice for, you know, a half hour or 45-minute session like we just had, I think it's more like an hour probably, but, you know, the kids that are hustling, kids that are working hard, those are the kids that are going to get better. You know, not, like I said, talent's only going to get you so far in the sport, and that's only a small part of it. So if you're not willing to work, you know, this is a tough sport to be part of.
All right, Coach. Guys are still out there scrapping. I'll let you get out there and watch. You got anything else for me?
No, man, I just appreciate the opportunity to be here. And like I said, this is a great chance to see some kids. And, you know, if you're a high school kid and you're out there, these are things that we need to do to keep building our sport. You know, they do this for basketball. They do this for football, these combine type things. And, you know, I hope we can keep this going and just keep building this. You know, and to have it here in Iowa is awesome because, you know, there's a lot of good kids around and a lot of colleges within this area that can come and watch this.